Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Noctowl, but after this video, you're going to be calling him Moptowl because he is going to wipe the floor with your opponent's team. You're going to be calling him Moptowl. Moptowl. That was funny, right? No? Okay. Right off the bat, we know that Noctowl is going to be the best flyer in the meta. Because there's a lot of bug and grass type Pokemon, that is going to have a lot of advantages for Noctowl. The reason why Noctowl is one of the preferred picks is because he is flying and normal. He has great movesets like Wing Attack and Sky Attack, but he also has a lot of coverage moves. For example, he has Nightshade and he has Psychic. Now, personally, I like Nightshade a lot better because Nightshade will be the moveset of choice when he's going up against something that Sky Attack is not going to be effective against. Nightshade, because it's Ghost, it's going to be basically doing neutral damage to anything that's in the meta that's not normal. Also, I probably wouldn't use Psychic just because it is a one bar move. It will take longer to get to because the only time you're ever going to really use Psychic is against the poison types. And then the poison types are usually poison with grass, and in that case it's better to use Sky Attack. You don't really need Psychic, which now will allow you to have Nightshade to be able to do even more coverage. Now we finished with the charge moves, we know the charge moves, now we're going to be talking about the fast move. Now the fast move, the only two options we have are Wing Attack and Extra Sensory. And we know, no doubt about it, we're going to be using Wing Attack. Wing Attack, number one, has more coverage. Number two, has higher energy gain. That's it. Noctowl's key matchups are going to be against the grass Pokemon and the bug Pokemon. Some key matchups are going to be Scizor, Fortress, Venomoth, Venusaur, Vespiquen, and the list goes on. Noctowl's ability to be able to counter both Venusaur and Fortress is more than enough reason to even have Noctowl on your team. Now, if you're ever going to have the Noctowl going up against the king of the Jungle Cup, Vigoroth, you're not going to be in a positive matchup. Vigoroth will win. But, if you get yourself in a situation where Vigoroth doesn't have any shields, your Noctowl will actually win against him. And if he does have shields, you'll still do a decent matchup against him. It's not like the Vigoroth will hard counter the Noctowl. Because of Noctowl's flying type, you really have to be careful against the electric types. Electric types like Lantern, Raichu, Graveler, Golem. Like, you really have to be careful because they will absolutely destroy the Noctowl. So just quickly get out of there. The only reason really that somebody is going to bring an electric type into their team of 6 is to counter your Noctowl. But in the end, we're going to be using a team of 3 Pokemon. So, we know Noctowl. Now we need something that's going to be able to counter Noctowl's counter. So you're going to need something that's going to be able to cover the electric types. Now, I know you're thinking Grass, Rock, but I think Vigoroth has a better part in this play. I find Vigoroth and Noctowl go very hand in hand when it comes to the synergize your lineup of 3. Vigoroth destroys the steel types. Like, for example, he destroys Magnemite, Magneton, and Magnezone. He also beats Lantern and Raichu, and he also beats the rock electrics like Golem and Graveler. So this is why I feel Vigoroth will actually have a better play with the Noctowl because he also has other coverages with his super spammy body slam. In the end, I think that Vigoroth is going to be a more versatile bodyguard for Noctowl. Now, we have figured out 2 Pokemon. Now we need a third. So, the Pokemon I would pick would be Fortress. I'd probably go with Fortress just because he will also be another electric counter. He can hold his own against the electric types, but he can also wall the grass types. So now you have Noctowl being able to cover the grass types. You have, and just do a whole bunch of neutral damage with Sky Attack. Then you also have Vigoroth, which basically does amazing against pretty much everything. And then you also have the Fortress that's going to be your bodyguard. And especially if shields are down and he's your body in the back, he will come in and just ruin everything. Plus, in the end, if shields are down, Fortress makes a great closer. A different option I would actually pick as well, if I'm not using Fortress, would be Heracross. Heracross because we have Heracross to be our Vigoroth counter. Also has the positive matchups that Vigoroth has as well. So now you have a second Vigoroth. And you also have the bug typing, which will allow you to have more coverage and better matchups against the grass type as well. But remember, the meta is still fresh. There's still a lot to learn for both me and you. Now we're gonna run some battles with Noctowl and that team comp. So let's see how we do. Now after some battles, we're gonna be going up against Scrub Lord Dustin, and we're gonna be going in with our big boy Noctowl. And he's gonna be coming in with a Heracross. So because Heracross is both bug and fighting, we're gonna be 4 times effective to him. So look how much damage that wing attack does. It does so much damage even before he's even able to do a switch. So he's gonna be switching and going into Raichu. We have to try to get out of here, but we got a little bit of lag. We were smashing on that Vigoroth, but it just wasn't working out for us. But we just have to shield here, so like, okay, you know what? We know we have to switch here because he does have a Heracross in the back. So we go into our Vigoroth, and we're gunning for that body slam. But now we're like, okay, you know what? That was way too quick. We know that he's going to be a Thunder Punch. So we're like, okay, that's fine. We can take it. We don't need a shield here. So now we're going to get to our body slam, and we're going to try to do as much damage as we can to that Raichu, now that because we are both switch locked. So now he is going to be forced to shield, and we're going to be going and gunning to another body slam. And we end up... No, we don't get to it. We don't get to it. And we're like, okay, you know what? We're going to shield here again because now we're going to force him to either force a shield or he's going to just eat the body slam and the Raichu is going to go down. And we know what good Vigoroth is. He will be good against the next Pokemon as well. So Raichu goes down. He doesn't shield. And now he's going to be bringing in his Heracross. And we're like, okay, can we get to this body slam? Can we get to this body? No, we do not get to this body slam. We're like, oh man, it's okay. Because we do have our Noctowl ready with a Sky Attack. And we're like, okay, this is great. We're going to get the Sky Attack off. Either he's going to be forced to shield. And we do lag a little bit here, but it's okay. We're going to just go with a Sky Attack, and he is forced to shield. So now it is no shield across the board. And we're going to be gunning to that Sky Attack, and we're like, okay, what's coming up here? It's going to be a Vigoroth. So we're like, perfect Sky Attack. Again, Vigoroth and Noctowl. Vigoroth does a little bit better against Noctowl, but again, because there's no shields, we were able to get off that Sky Attack and then switch to our Fortress, who has more health, and we know he has a Heracross in the back, so that's where we switched them out, and we're gonna let Fortress do work to this Vigoroth and try to do as much damage as we can. And just with Bug Bite alone, we're gunning, we're trying to get to it, and we finish him off with just the Bug Bites alone. And you saw it, we were just smashing that Rock Tomb. But no, he had Mega Horn ready to go, and we're going to be bringing back our boy Noctowl and just a couple wing attacks, and that is going to be GG for round 1. See, as you guys can see, Noctowl is amazing, especially against those bugs, especially against Heracross. But we're going to be leading now against with our Vigoroth, and we're going to go up against Heracross again. He didn't decide to change anything this time. So we're like, okay, cool. Now we're forced to shield, and again, now we're in a little bit of a problem because now we got switch locked, and he has a Lantern, and we're like, okay, you know what? At this point, we actually were like thinking, we're like, should we use Nightshade? We wanted to see the big difference. We never actually used Nightshade against Lanterns. We wanted to see what the difference was going to be. But we know now if you're going Noctowl against Lantern, always go with Sky Attack. So that we learned that from this matchup. So now we know that our Noctowl is switch locked. We're like, you know what? It's not worth it to shield. Just let him go down because he's going to go down anyway. It doesn't make sense to shield here. So now we're going to be going in with our Vigoroth. And Vigoroth is going to be going to work. Again, we're lagging just a little bit, and we're just going to be hitting with counters and just trying to get to that body slam as fast as we can. So now we're going to get to this body slam, and we're just going to get a little bit more energy just in case we do faint him. Because just because we know Lantern takes a little bit longer to be able to get to his charge moves, we had that little bit of time to be able to get a couple more counters in so that we can get to another body slam quicker in case he did not shield. So now he gets to his Thunderbolt, and now we're going to just go all in, and we're just going to go counter, trying to get as much energy as we can. He ends up switching here, and we're like, okay, now he's going to be going in with his Heracross, and we're like, you know what, Bulldoze. Let's just go Bulldoze, see exactly what we can do, and now we hit him with the Bulldoze, and we're like, okay, let's try to get to this body slam. It just didn't work out for us. It didn't work well. So now we're like, okay, that's fine. We have our Fortress in the back, and now we're like, we have to shield here because we don't want our Fortress to go down. So we're going to keep hitting him with a bunch of Bug Bites, and we're going to take down that Heracross. He didn't do too much damage to our Fortress. We're like, okay, that's fine. And now we're waiting to see what he's going to come back out with. He's going to come back with Lantern. Now we're going to just take out that lantern as well with just bug bites alone. And now we're like, okay, now we're in a situation where he has one shield. We're like, okay, it's Fortress. So now we know we have to make it seem like we're charging up to Earthquake and then go in with Rock Tomb. As we go in with Rock Tomb, we're going to force the shield. There it is. And now we're trying to gun to that Earthquake as before he does, and we end up not getting it off. That was literally our only way of winning, and it just didn't work out. We were like a couple fast moves off, but it's okay, right? He outplayed us, so that's it for round 2. And now we're going to be going into round 3, and we're going to be leading off with our Vigoroth. Now our Vigoroth is going to be going up against his Magnemite. Now Magnemite is just going to get torn apart by counter. Just absolutely destroyed, and we know he's going to be switching, and he's going to be bringing in his Heracross, so we're going to be switching out and bringing in our Noctowl. So now Noctowl is just going to work with that wing attack. We're like, should we even shield here? We're like, okay, you know what? No, we're not going to shield here. We're going to take the Mega Horn because now we have him locked, and we're going to go wing attack, and take out that Heracross. Now we have a lot of energy. We have a Sky Attack ready, and now he has this Magneton. And we knew he had it ready, so we're like, you know what, just Sky Attack. Try to do as much damage as we can. And again, we're lagging a little bit. I don't know what's going on with PvP today, but it's okay. We end up getting it back, and we're like, okay, you know what, Sky Attack. And we're like, okay, boom, get to this next Sky Attack. Try to get to the Sky Attack. Try to get to the Sky Attack, and we get to the Sky Attack. And we're like, perfect. I think he was just trying to kill us with fast moves, but it's okay. We're just going to go Sky Attack. And now we brought him his Magneton to the yellow, and we're still going with wing attacks, trying to do as much damage as we can, and he ends up taking us down with just fast moves. So now we know that his Magneton is full of energy, just extremely full of energy. So now he's thinking that we're going to be bringing Vigoroth in to try to finish us off, and he's going to go spam the charge moves. So no, that's not what we do. Instead, we bring in our Fortress that is going to be resistant to those discharges, but he ends up doing Magnet Bomb. Again, it's not very effective, but it's okay. Those Magnet Bombs do a little bit of damage just because he's double Magnet Bombed us right there. And we're like, okay, you know what? Now just go straight with Bug Bites. Get to those Bug Bites, take down the Magneton. Now as you can see, he has one Pokemon left, and we have 2. And he comes out with a Vigoroth, and we're like, this is great. Now we're going to get to this Rock Tomb. Are we going to get to this Rock Tomb? Yes, we get to this Rock Tomb. And we're going to be hitting him with the Rock Tomb, knowing that we have Vigoroth in the back. So there's the shield. That's what we needed here. We needed to get this shield off. And now we automatically switch and go into our own Vigoroth with a Body Slam that's ready to go. There's the second shield. And now he's going to get us with the Body Slam, and we're going to shield right away. Now as you can see here, he does have some health advantage, but we have a shield. And now he has no shields. So now we're going to do a couple more counters right after this. His Body Slam goes off. This is why we kept those 2 shields. This is why we brought in Fortress. And now we're going to go with the Body Slam and finish off that Vigoroth. And that is the end of round 3. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As you guys can see, Noctowl is an absolute beast. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.